All right, everyone. Happy Wednesday. You're in the 187 District Court. Let's keep today as a Wednesday. Let's not try to turn it into a Monday. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. Whatever you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. If you behave inappropriately on the Zoom screen, no matter if you're out of county, out of state, out of country, you're going to be required to come to the 187 District Court. If you're out of county or at your house, if you have to come to the 187 District Court, your Wednesday is going to turn into a Monday because you're going to have to get a Lyft or an Uber or get a Via. And when you get a Via, you're going to have to get change for the Via. If you're driving downtown, you're going to find a lot of construction, a lot of one-ways. If you're able to find a parking space, then you're going to have to pay for parking, and it's gotten a little bit expensive. So here are the rules. No laying in bed, no chatting, no texting, no fixing of hair. You should have done that before you came on the Zoom. To all the inmates, you are not allowed to use the chat box. You are not allowed to use the internet or Facebook. If you do any of that, what will end up happening is you'll be sent back to your cell, and we will get to you maybe in 30 or 60 days because they're short-staffed. To everyone else who is at your house, no laying in bed. If you're at work, you need to talk to your supervisor or whoever it may be and tell them you need to take a moment, take your break early, and you need to find a place that is stationary. There's to be no cooking of breakfast, no eating of food, no doing laundry, no changing of diapers. If any of this happens on this Zoom screen, your Zoom privileges will be revoked. I'm going to open breakout rooms. When I open breakout rooms, it will invite everyone to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a room. To all those who are accused, your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, please do not raise your hand asking, I didn't hear my attorney's name. It's because they are not here. More likely than not, they're Zooming in another courtroom, or either another courtroom or another county has required them to appear in person. Attorneys. The court coordinator in this courtroom is listed as Ferguson coordinator. Do not chat, do not email, do not text, do not call her asking for a continuance or a reset. I'm the only person who can do that. Attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small that agreement is, you need to put it in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson. She's listed as Ferguson coordinator. If your client is on bond, we will need to know your client's email address. To all the inmates and defendants and those who are accused, when I send your attorney to a breakout room, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to the state before they speak to you. Attorneys, treat those breakout rooms as though you're going to a doctor's office. When you get called to the back to see your doctor, you don't see the doctor right away. They put you in a little room and they check for your weight and your blood pressure. So everyone put some patience in your pocket. It's Wednesday, which I think means it's the middle of the week. So everyone, let's keep it a happy Wednesday. Let's not turn it into a chaotic Monday. All right, attorneys, I'm going to call your name. This is the order in which you'll appear. If you see you are low on the list and you wish to Zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to Zoom to another courtroom. However, if you Zoom to another courtroom and your name is called, you will be placed at the end of the list. And attorneys, I know some of you are Zooming in other courtrooms, but here's the thing. When you come back on this screen and your screen is blank or black, or your video is not showing, I will assume that you're Zooming in another courtroom. So I'm not going to call your name. But if you're ready to speak to me after you've been out of breakout room, please use the reaction at the bottom of your screen and just do a hand raise. That will help me see you better. If, believe it or not, I'm looking at 100 people on this Zoom today. So that will help it go easier. And also attorneys, if you have the ability to change or add to your name, really, the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. If it's criminal trial division, just put CTD in the box. Family violence, just put FV. And that way, when the prosecutors are going through the breakout rooms, they will be able to see you and see which case it is. If you don't have the ability to do that, I will do it for you. This is the order of attorneys: Linda Corley, Arlene Gay, Leo Gonzalez, H. Dave Sanchez, Jeff Hall, Clarissa Pratt, Ron Ross, Terry Carter, Rolando Ramos, Karen Corby, Teresa Conley, David Woodard, Sonny Middleton, Andrew Frolick, Brian Kimbrough, Paul Torres, and Guillermo Lara. Is there any attorneys whose name I did not call?
Yes,
Your Honor, I'm here.
Michael Zamora.
Okay, Michael Zamora, Albert Acevedo, anyone else? All right, just give me one moment. All right, Linda Corley, thank you for changing the name and even requesting the ADA you want. I appreciate that.
I'm trying to make up for the other day, Judge.
Well, you get an A+. I'm sending you to breakout room number 2. Arlene Gay,
Morning. Yes, Your Honor.
thank you for changing your name. I'm sending you to number 3. Leo Gonzalez. Thank you for
Yes, Your Honor.
changing your name.
Of course, it's not my first rodeo.
Hey, I'm sending you to number 4.
Thank you.
H. Dave Sanchez. Thank you for changing your name. I appreciate it. Do you have all your paperwork? You're on mute, Dave.
I don't, Judge. I need to get the paperwork.
All right, if you'll put that in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, and I will send you to number 5. Do you know, is the state aware of the agreement?
They are aware of it, yes.
All right, so I'll send you to number 5. Is your client in custody or on bond?
He's in custody.
All right, I'll send you to number 5. And what I'll do is I'll send your client to number 5 as well. Mr. Trevino, the inmate L12, I'm sending you to breakout room number 5, please. Jeff Hall.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 6.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Clarissa Pratt.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, I'll send you to number 7.
Thank you.
Ron Ross.
Judge, we have a plea, the paperwork, except I think the 2 from Norma haven't been sent to my client. All the other paperwork should be ready.
All right, what's your client's name?
Jesus Hernandez,
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
criminal trial. Marcus Sanders is the ADA.
All right, and is your client in custody or on bond?
He's on bond and he should be there now.
Jesus Hernandez, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Ron Ross, I'll send you to breakout room number 1. And Ms. Ferguson, if you can go to number 1, find out their paperwork. And to the clerks, I'm going to assign you to breakout room number 1 to see about a plea. Terry Carter, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 8.
Thank you, Judge.
Rolando Ramos, thank you for changing your name. I'm sending you to number 9.
Perfect. Thanks, Judge.
Karen Corby, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 10.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Teresa Conley.
Criminal trial, Destiny Shavira. I don't know how to change my name.
That's okay, but you thought about doing it, so that's enough.
I did. Oh, I sure did.
All right. And you, criminal trial division. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 11.
I'm sorry, what number?
11.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. David Woodard, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 12. Sonny Middleton,
Yes, Your Honor, CTD Andrew Orozco. And just for the court, before you send me somewhere, I'm gonna have to bounce out, Your Honor, for jail court at 9:30 and I'll be back.
okay, then I will let you go to jail court because it's 9:18, so it would be best if you go to jail
Yes,
court
ma'am.
then.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Andrew Froelich,
Judge, I'm conferring with Marcus right now. I don't mean to be a pain. I need to get appointed on all of my clients' cases. So I may need to talk to Norma before I talk to Marcus.
all right, I will send you to breakout room number 1.
Thank you.
And then when you come back, let me know and I'll assign you to a different room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Orozco, you need to keep yourself muted. Brian Kimbrough,
Yes, Your Honor. I have Max Armendariz. It's a motion to revoke. This is already set for I believe the 7th of October for a contested hearing. And I got a notice just last afternoon at 5 o'clock to be here today for discovery compliance, but I don't know what it's all
well,
about.
that's probably because somebody said that they didn't have all the discovery on something, so that's why. So I'm going to send you to breakout room number 13 to make sure you have everything you need to go forward with the contestant.
Okay, thank you.
That's a lucky breakout room number. Paul Torres,
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
great. How are you doing? Nice. Thank you
Doing
for
well.
changing your name.
You're welcome. This was a discovery compliance hearing, and as of 3 or 4 days ago, we were provided the disc from the CPS investigation. So we now have the documents. I have not had the opportunity to review everything, but they did produce it. So
All right, let me send you to breakout room number 14.
thank you.
You're welcome. Guillermo Laura, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 15.
Thank you.
Michael Zamora.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Who do you
Family
have?
bonds, family bonds. Sorry, I didn't change my name. I'll master it next time.
All right, what's your client's name?
Christian Reina. He's got 3 cases, one of them being family bonds.
Is it a combination of family violence and criminal trial division?
Yes.
All right, I'll send you to number 16.
Thank you.
Robert Gaona has the same client.
All right, Robert Guyana, I'll send you to number 16.
Thank you.
Albert Acevedo, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to number 17.
Judge, my client's also in the courtroom as well, just to let you know.
All right, thank you. Gary Churak?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm
Who do you
here.
have?
I have Stephen Vasquez and Dante Williams, Germanic. And the last time we talked, both of them wanted a jury trial.
You say Dante Williams, Germanic?
Yes, he has 2 different names.
All right, are both of these criminal trial division?
They are.
Okay. I'm going to send you the breakout room number 18.
All right.
Teresa Conley, you're back. You're on mute.
I got knocked off both of my computers. I'm sorry.
All right, what is your client's name?
Destiny Shavira, an MTR. Civil trial. Criminal trial.
I'm sending you number 11.
Thank you.
Ed Shaughnessy.
Yes, Your Honor. Jasmine Hardaway.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
She's logging in right now, Your Honor.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division, Marcus.
I'll send you to breakout room number 19.
Johnny Unitas.
Hey, yes. All right, is there any attorney who has not been assigned? All right, Anthony Cantrell.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
Buffarono. And Judge, this is a, can I go in a breakout room with you? It's a pro se. Sealed.
Just give me a moment. Have you talked to the state about the case? Is this a trial case? What is this?
This is a trial case. Sorry about that, Your Honor. This is a trial case, but I'm filing I filed a sealed motion that I need your approval on.
All right. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 20. I will be there shortly.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ron Ross. You're on mute.
I believe we're ready to go, Judge.
All right, thank you. Just give us a moment. The court reporter will be here shortly, but I
Sure.
do have all of your paperwork, Mr. Ross.
Yes, ma'am.
And if everyone will give me a moment, I have documents that I need to sign. Leo Gonzalez, your hand is raised. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred with Mr. Martin. We do not have an agreement, so we need to set it for a trial date.
All right, just 1 second. Let me see where you are on our list. All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And it was, who's the prosecutor?
Well, it was Mr. Martin, but I understand he's no longer going to be in here.
He can still confirm a date with you.
Yeah, I get that.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to move you to breakout room number 1. Just 1 moment. Let me see if David Martin or someone. David Martin is in 14 right now. So if you could just hang tight and we will get that date for you.
Will do.
Thank you. All right, and Anthony Cantrell, I need you to go to breakout room number 20 if you wish to speak to me. David, could you go to breakout room number 1, please? For a date with Leo Gonzalez, he's in number 1.
Oh, I don't want to date Leo. I already told him I'm married.
All right, Paul Torres.
Okay, Judge, Mr. Martin and myself have talked about the disc. I'm actually going to head over to the DA's office right now and go pick it up. So we're good as far as the documents go, and I just need some time to review them, and then we'll talk about the case again.
All right, so this is what we are going to do. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And breakout room number 1, you need to let Ms. Ferguson know that I'm giving you a 30-day reset and ask her what that date is and come back in and let the court know. And I will let your client know. So
Okay.
I'll send you to breakout room number 1.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me see. Paul Torres, you're in number 14. I'll move you to number 1. Andrew Frolick.
Hey, Judge.
Yes.
Marcus is amazing because he's conferring with me over email and he's probably dealing with somebody else at the same time. So I give him credit for that. I am here on Mary Vidal. We have one indicted case, one unfiled case, and then one sealed case. And I'm ready to try the indicted case because I think we might be missing a sealed case, which would help move all of these cases. Does that make sense?
So now I understand what you're saying. Who were you conferring? You were conferring with Marcus?
That's correct.
All right, then the court will need a date from Marcus as to when he thinks all of this other information that you don't have will be available on the sealed cases.
And we've conferred, like I said, we conferred last time, we've conferred.
No, I understand. I just need to have an idea of when it'd be ready so I can have an idea of what date to set it for.
Yeah. So is she on this morning?
So I'm gonna send you to a breakout room.
You want to, how about this?
I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 1.
And try to talk to her about.
Judge, my client is actually in the courtroom.
Okay.
So I need to talk to her afterwards.
All right. So Andrew Froelich, you're in breakout room. Oh, you need to go back to number 1.
I'll go right back. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And just give me one moment. Leo Hernandez. I'm sorry, Leo Gonzalez. You need to go to breakout room number 1 to get a date.
I got a date, Your Honor.
Okay.
January 13th.
January 13th. All right, just give me a moment for the court reporter to come in and we will take that up. And everyone, just give me a moment. I'm going to head to a breakout room and I will be right back. All right, Paul Torres.
Okay, Judge, we're back. The Norma had reset us to October the 28th.
Okay.
And the reason it wasn't a specific 30 days, I'm actually to be in Cabo the week prior, so won't be here for that,
But you'll be working in Cabo. You're not going there for vacation.
Of course.
Because that would be wrong for you to say that to all of us who are going to be here.
that's right, Judge. I'm going to be working really hard, not only on my cases, but on trying to catch some fish. So it'll be a dual purpose trip.
All right, so we're coming back on Mr. Friend. Where is Mr. Friend? Mr. Friend, could you unmute yourself, please?
Right here, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Friend, we're going to come back on your case on October 28th. I'd like to make sure that the state and the defense both have everything they need before we move on to the next phase. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will see you back on October 28th 8th. And defense, you will have obtained the videos or at least physically pick them up?
That is correct, Your Honor. I'm actually going to walk over there right after this hearing and go pick up the video.
All right. Do you need to speak with Mr. Friend?
Yeah, I can chat with him for a minute.
All right. If you're chatting with him, you need to bring him back to the main room so that we can release him from here.
Okay.
And you were in breakout room number, let me find you. You were in number 1. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4.
Okay.
And Mr. Friend, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. All right. Let me see. Yes, she is, Norma. All right. April Sanchez.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Okay. Rebecca, did you need to speak with Ms. Sanchez?
I would like to know if the GPS is on.
Yes. Ms.
Yes,
Sanchez, do you have your GPS?
Yes, I got it on Sunday at 2:00 in the morning.
Okay. All right, Rebecca.
I think that was the only reason she was here, to see if she got into the volunteers.
Yeah, I'm here.
With GPS.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. But I have bad news. My baby's breech, so they're gonna do emergency C-section.
Okay, are they gonna do that? When are they gonna do that?
On October 11th. And then from there, they're gonna bring me back here. And I'm gonna have the baby here.
Okay. All right, so this is what I'm gonna need you to do. Make sure you keep in touch with probation to let them know when, because I
Yes.
know we'll have to remove the GPS so that you can have the procedure done, okay?
Okay.
All right, do you need to get information from her, Rebecca?
No, ma'am. Let me go into the breakout room to make sure she knows her probation officer's information.
All right, Ms. Sanchez, remember what you told me when you were at the Bexar County Jail? You said you're ready to make a change, so just hold tight and continue to do that, all right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm gonna send you to breakout room number 14.
Okay, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Okay.
All right, Clarissa Pratt.
Yes, Judge. I spoke to my client, but he had trouble getting back into the main room, but I told him to wait in the breakout room if someone could bring him out. But he does want a trial.
Okay, he's in number 7.
7.
Just give me one moment. Norma, can you make sure that someone helps Mr. Ramirez out of the breakout room? He's in 7, he's L17. And can you let them know that Mr. Friend is excused? He's L8. And Mr. Torres, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a nice day.
Thank you, you too. And to all the inmates, do not tell a deputy that you're excused unless I tell you you're excused. So no one is excused until I tell you you are excused. And Ms. Pratt, we're going to take up your matter after I do this plea with Ron Ross.
Yes, Judge.
Ron, who was the prosecutor you were working with?
Marcus Sanders.
Okay, we may have to go with someone other than Marcus, because I think he's in a breakout room. So just give me 1 second. Brenna, and it goes crazy on me again, the screen.
There he is. There's the man.
Yeah, but the screen keeps playing. It's easier for Brenna if I'm spotlighting people, but the screen wants to play havoc today, Brenna. Brenna, when it does this, I'm like breathing slowly, like nobody breathe, nobody say anything. It may work this time. All right, Mr. Hernandez, you need to start your video. Thank you. And if you could unmute yourself, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Court is calling 2020 CR 7588, State of Texas versus Jesus Hernandez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Ron Ross, and we're ready.
And are you Jesus Hernandez?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
No objections.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video Conference. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Judge.
The court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Next, I'm going to show you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision or Deferred Adjudication. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, I do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated robbery? That's a first-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 5 to 99 years or life,
Yes, Judge.
and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand if you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement? If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Judge.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand if the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, The court could find you guilty and sentence you up to life in prison. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, he has, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, I do.
Mr. Hernandez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Judge.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Judge.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Judge.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. I'm going to show you what's entitled plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
According to the plea bargain agreement, there's a $1,000 fine, an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. The state recommends deferred adjudication. There's restitution, if any, to Jasmine Cisneros, and there's to be no contact with Jasmine Cisneros. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is, Judge.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 6 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours of community service restitution in the MRT course. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Judge.
Then to the offense as charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead no contest.
State, any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
Any objections?
No objections from defense.
Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you a document entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Judge.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Just one moment. Could I see the state and the defense in a breakout room, please?
Yes, ma'am. What room?
If you all could meet me in breakout room number 2.
Norma, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you put me in a breakout room with Mr. Olivo?
Oh, sorry about that, Linda. I just saw your message.
That's okay.
I can get you.
And Norma, this is Suzanne. I just need to be put in a line to get into a CTDDA, whatever one is available. It's my turn. Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Ferguson, this is Michael Samota. Could I be put back in breakout room 16, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
And then I joined in the middle of the plea, but I need to speak with David Martin. I don't know if I'm on the list for that. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Norma, this is Daphne Previty. I just wanted us to get in line to finish our hearing as well.
Yes,
My,
ma'am.
my witness is on the Zoom, and I believe my
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
All right, Mr. Hernandez. I need you to show your video.
Yes,
All right, we're going to go back on the record in 2020 CR 7588. Any motions from the state?
Yes, Judge. The state moves to amend the indictment to correct the name of the complainant. The indictment states it as SNEROS when it should read Jasmine Cisneros.
Any objections from the defense?
Judge, we have no objections to that amendment and that change.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, did you
Yes,
understand that that's a substantive change to the indictment? Do you have any objections to that change being made?
What you want to talk to me about that real fast? Let me just tell you, if we don't agree with that, they can re-indict, you can put the correct name and we kind of start over. We have a situation now, though, you may want to go ahead and go forward. It's just going to delay everything because they've got the right name now and they've got the right information and they've got the right evidence has been presented to the court. So essentially, it's not going to affect your case, really, I don't think, but it's up to you. If you want to start over, or do you want to continue? We've got a good deal for you now. Do you want to continue or not?
Yes, I'd like to continue.
You're sure? You're sure about that? I mean, I'm talking to you and should have been doing it in private, but you understand you want to continue? It's okay if we make that change?
Is it okay if I ask you a question in private?
Yes,
Sure,
Mr.
sure.
Hernandez, what I'll do is I'll send you and Mr. Ross into a breakout room. But what I can tell you, Mr. Hernandez, in the plea bargain agreement, you agreed with your attorney to have no contact with Jasmine Cisneros. The issue with the indictment is her name was not spelled correctly in the indictment. Her name was spelled in the indictment as SNEROS. So the state is asking that the indictment be changed to reflect the full name, Jasmine Cisneros. So that's what we're discussing right now. But I'm going to give you a chance to speak with your attorney in a breakout room, but I just wanted you to be sure what we were discussing. So that's the change for the indictment that the state is requesting. But all of the documents that you review with your attorney, those documents, as far as police reports that you and your attorney will ask me to review if you decided to accept the plea agreement, that will still be the same. The only change that will be made is her name in the indictment. Do you understand?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so I'm going to send you to a breakout room to speak with your attorney. I'm going to send Mr. Ross, if you'll go to breakout room number 3, and Mr. Hernandez, if you'll go to 3, please.
Shouldn't take us very long.
And then Ms. Pratt, if you could go to breakout room number 1, you say that you're requesting a jury trial, is that correct?
Yes, Judge, my client is.
Okay, and let me grab his file just 1 second. All right, so I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 to get a trial date from Ms. Ferguson. And could someone from Family Violence please go to breakout room number 1?
Thank you.
Judge, can I be sent there, please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe Ray, did I not make you a co-host?
No, Judge, I was late.
That's okay. So I made you a co-host now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Hall.
Yes, Your Honor. I would
Yes.
confirm with the state. My case is still pre-indictment. I believe it was on the docket because I had filed a writ. My client actually, we had a prior setting and we had agreed on a bond, and he has bonded out since then. And I was just looking for him on the screen because I did speak with him last night and sent him the Zoom link information. And I am just not seeing him right now, Judge. I'm sorry.
No problem. So you were here for a writ? Is that what you're saying?
I believe so, because I know it's pre-indictment and I believe that's probably what happened, but the writ is moot at this point. He has bonded out. And I did just receive an offer today. But I just tried to reach out to my client, and I'm also looking on the screen and I just don't see him.
No, I don't see him either. But the court doesn't set pre-hearing cases unless the defense wants a pre-hearing set. Sometimes it's usually set for bond issues. So now that you have an offer that's been tendered by the state, if you want this reset for another reason, just contact the court coordinator.
Okay.
All right, thank you. If there's nothing else, you are excused.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Just let you know we're back, Judge. We're ready to proceed whenever you are.
All right, thank you. All right, we are back on the record in 2020 CR 7588, State of Texas versus Jesus Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, did you have a chance to confer with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you ready to proceed, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
All right, State, do you have a motion as it relates to the indictment?
Yes, Judge. The state moves to amend the indictment to correct the name of the complainant from SNEROS to Jasmine Cisneros.
Any objections from the defense?
Defense has no objections, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, you understand that this is a substantive change to indictment. Do you have any objection to going forward with the changes to the indictment being made by the state?
No, Judge.
And again, the same admonitions that I've given to you before apply. Do you understand that?
Yes, Judge.
And what is your plea in this case then? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
And you understand that the plea bargaining agreement is still the same. You understand that?
Yes.
All right. State, do you have any evidence to support the defendant's no contest plea?
Yes, the state offers State's Exhibit 1 and its attachments.
And defense has no objections, Judge.
All right. And page 2 of the documents that have been tendered to the court, State, are you requesting that the name be placed in the document, the complainant's name?
Yes, Judge. In the judicial confession?
Yes.
Is that what yes, Judge, please.
Any objections to that?
No objections, Judge.
All right. Then, Mr. Hernandez, I'm going to show you what's entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Judge.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Judge, we would waive the PSI and proceed. Yes,
All
we
right. Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client, Mr. Ross?
I would like to say, Judge, that he was just turned 19 when this offense occurred. I think he's grown up quite a bit. I think he's had a job. He's been employed. It looks to me like he wants to turn his life around. He doesn't want to go down the road he was kind of starting it as a teenager. And he is well aware that if you accept the deferred, you're giving him a big break, but he is well aware that the consequences if he messes up could be very, very great. And because of the nature of the case, the consequences probably would be great if he messes up. So I would ask you to go along with the plea bargain, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, how far did you go in school?
10th grade, Judge.
All right, why is everybody dropping out of school at the 10th grade? I haven't done a statistical study, but everything that I'm seeing in court, children are dropping out at 10th grade. So why did you not graduate from high school?
Judge, at the time, my mom, she was suffering from kidney disease. So at that time, I was taking it really hard and I couldn't watch seeing her suffer anymore. So I started working. I dropped out to start working and try to support the family.
So what are you planning on doing with your life? You know you can't do much with 10th grade education, right?
Yes, I understand, Your Honor, but I'm planning to go into HVAC or go into plumbing and get my license and continue on forward.
Everybody wants to do HVAC or plumbing. Here's what I see a trajectory happening. I think pretty soon the HVAC business, it's not going to work out. Just like I told people, Brenna, cashiers, do you see how they put in even machines for self-checkout? Pretty soon, cashier job is not going to be available. It's similar to when you would go to the gas station. I know you're too young for this, but at the gas station, you used to pull up in your vehicle, a guy would come out, clean your windows and put gas in the tank for you. You didn't even have to pay him extra, Brenna. No tip needed. That was just their job. You give them cash and they pump gas for you and that's it. They had the register right by the pumps. Guess what? Somebody told that guy, hey, look, mister, this self-serve thing where somebody comes up and serve for you, I mean, full service, somebody comes up, that's going to be going bye-bye. He didn't believe it. And now guess what? Everybody's pumping their own gas. So you need to start thinking about your future and where you want to go. You understand?
Yes, Judge.
Do you have any children?
No.
That's a good thing because right now you're not in a position to take care of a child, right?
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
If you're tested today for drugs, and know that I will have you tested today, what are the results going to be?
Just marijuana, Judge. I quit smoking on Friday.
All right, see, when people say just marijuana, people need to stop saying just marijuana because just marijuana will make you not get a job that you think you're going to get, okay?
Yes, Judge.
So do you use anything other than marijuana?
No, ma'am. I may drink a couple beers here and there and that's it.
Well, while you're on probation, you're not even allowed to drink alcohol. That means that if somebody invites you to the family barbecue and they have beer, you can't drink.
Yes, ma'am.
Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You can't be around people who are shady characters. If you are, you're going to end up getting caught up into something. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be wearing an orange jumpsuit at the jail and you're going to have tears in your eyes. You're going to say, Judge, I was around bad people. Please don't send me to prison. Prison is not a place for me. I don't even like the Bexar County Jail. So don't get caught up in that.
Yes, I understand, Judge.
And stop trying to go out and buy weed from people.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How's your mom doing?
Well, she passed away, so I'm
sorry to hear about that. Do you have family?
Yes, I do.
All right. Who is your support system in your family then?
Well, right now it's just me and my dad, so we take care of the family.
Okay. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I do. I have one sister and two brothers.
All right. I'm assuming they're younger than you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're going to have to do better because they're looking up to you. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
So are you working or not working?
Yes, I'm working.
What do you do?
I remodel houses. I do everything. I as much as I can. I do roofs, I do anything you can think of in construction.
All right, well, I hope they're paying you well and not paying you poorly because they're saying, oh, he only has a 10th grade education. So we're not going to pay him what he's worth. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court will sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Jasmine Cisneros, the MRT. I want him to be tested for levels. Those levels have better start going down. You understand, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am.
150 hours of community service restitution. I'll deduct 40 of those hours if you have taken your COVID vaccination. For the record, I'm not forcing anyone to do it. It's completely voluntary. But if you do it or if you have done it, then 40 hours of your community service will be deducted. I'm not going to allow you to buy out your community service hours. However, if you complete or obtain your certificate, as you say, you want to do HVAC or plumbing. So if you complete some type of trade school, or if you obtain your GED, I'll waive the rest of your community service hours. So it's
Okay.
all, the ball is in your court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to do regular Zoom reporting. If something happens to your Zoom and you're not able to report by Zoom, you'll need to report in person. I'm going to want field visits, random, 2 times per month. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And restitution, if any, to Jasmine Cisneros. Rebecca, is there anything else that, sorry, $1,000 fine? And that'll be probated. An affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Rebecca, is there anything else that he needs?
That was it. I was going to remind you about the fine and the affirmative finding.
Thank you. Mr. Hernandez, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am, everything sounds great to me.
All right, Mr. Hernandez, the key to being successful on this probation is communication with your probation officer. Do not disappear. You understand?
Yes, I understand.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. And probation will go over conditions with you.
Okay.
Judge, I would like to go there also for just a moment.
Yes, I sent you to number 1 as well, Mr. Ross.
Thank you, ma'am.
Leo Gonzalez, can you show your video, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Clarissa, do you have a date for me?
Yes, Judge, November 1st.
Okay. Let me see, where is your client? I'm trying to locate your client on the screen. Let me see where he is. Norma, could you have a deputy have Mr. Ramirez come out of breakout room number 7, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All right, is there a prosecutor available to put a jury trial date on the record?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you, Hunter. Court is calling 2020 CR 11644, State of Texas versus Manuel Rodriguez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Leo Gonzalez.
And are you Manuel Rodriguez?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I have, Your Honor.
All right, the court is not in receipt of an acknowledgement of discovery. Acknowledgement of discovery in this case will be due on October 15th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Has an offer been tendered, defense?
An offer has been tendered and rejected, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Are you requesting a jury trial?
Yes, I am, Judge.
It's my understanding that a jury trial date has been agreed on of January 13th, 2022. Is that correct, defense?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections to that date, defense?
No, Your Honor.
State, do you have any objections to January 13th, 2022 as a jury trial date?
No, Judge.
Mr. Rodriguez, do you have any objections to January 13th, 2022 as a jury trial date?
No, Your Honor.
Your jury trial date will take place on January 13th, 2022 in the 187 District Court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa on the 4th floor. You'll need to be dressed for trial and arrive here at 9 a.m. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is your jury trial date?
The 13th, 9 a.m., dress for court, 4th floor, 300 De La Rosa, 187 Court.
All right, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargaining agreements after today. The court will only accept pleas that are open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if there's nothing else, we'll close the record. Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Gonzalez, you are both excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. And I believe your client has come out of the breakout room. And what date did you say, Ms. Pratt?
November 1st.
All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 7034, State of Texas versus Juan Ramirez. Can I have parties announced for the record, please? For the state?
Hunter Morris.
For the defense?
Clarissa Fernandez Pratt.
Right. And are you Juan Ramirez? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
State, I'm sorry, defense, have you received all the discovery in this case?
I believe I have, Your Honor.
All right, the court is not in receipt of an acknowledgement of discovery in this case. The acknowledgement of discovery will be due on October 15th. Defense has an offer been tendered.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Ramirez, are you rejecting the state's offer?
Yes, I am.
My understanding, both parties conferred on a jury trial date. Jury trial date will be November 1st, 2021. Any objections to that as the jury trial date, defense?
No, Your Honor.
State, any objections to that as the jury trial date?
No, Judge.
Mr. Ramirez, do you have any objection to November 1st as the jury trial date?
No, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Ramirez, your jury trial date will be November 1st, 2021 at 9 a.m. in the 187th District Court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa. If you are in custody, you will be brought over to the court dressed for trial on that date. If you are released, you will need to appear in the 187th District Court dressed for trial on November 1st, 2021 at 9 a.m. The 187th District Court, 300 De La Rosa. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
When is your court date?
November 1st.
What time
9 a.m.,
and which court?
187.
All right, your plea deadline date has expired. What that means is the court will not accept any plea bargain agreements after today. The court will only accept offers that are open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Ramirez, your trial date depends on whether or not juries have been, are still suspended. If they are suspended, your defense attorney will let you know, in which case we will not have a jury trial. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else, we'll close the record. Ms. Pratt, you are excused.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. Have a great rest of your day. Norman, let them know that Mr. Ramirez can go back. He's L7.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Just one moment. Andrew Froelich. You're on mute.
Judge, I'd like to see if I can talk to my client. She's there in the courtroom. I'm not able to get a hold of her by phone, so I was hoping to get a breakout room with her.
All right, which breakout room were you in, or are you back?
One with Norma, just getting a date for jury trial.
All right, I'll see you to breakout room number 2, and then you can come back to the courtroom. If you could go to breakout room number 2, please.
Thank you.
Terry Carter.
Yes, Judge, I've conferred with the state on Mr. Jesus Cole. If I could be placed in a breakout with him briefly, and then I can update the court.
All right, is your client in custody or on bond?
He is not. He's on bond. He's here on the Zoom.
All right, let me see which courtroom you were in. I mean, which breakout room you were in.
I believe it was an 8, Judge.
All right, if you'll go back to number 8 then. And Mr. Cole, if you'll go to 8, please.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Arlene Gay.
Yes, Your Honor. I was wondering if you could put Autumn Glenn, my client, and myself in the breakout room. We were, and then she got disconnected.
All right, if you would go to number 3, please.
Thank
And
you.
Autumn Glenn, if you would go to 3, please. Sunny Middleton.
Yes, Your Honor. If I could have a moment to speak with the prosecuting attorney.
All right, what is your client's name?
Andrew Orozco, he's an inmate.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
Criminal Trial Division, Your Honor.
I'll send you to number 20.
20, thank you.
Linda Corley.
Yes, Your Honor, I have conferred and I have a plea offer which I have extended to my client. He has accepted. And I have sent that to Norma and the prosecutor along with the email. I have quite a few courts this morning. I don't know that I'll be able to complete the plea this morning, Judge.
All right, let's try. Let's see where we are. If not, we can bring it back this afternoon, okay?
Okay, will it be the same link for this afternoon
Yes,
if I
it
don't
will
make
be
it
the
back?
same link.
Okay. Does my client need to stay on, or can he log off and then I can contact and have him log back in when I get back?
Yes, you can do that.
Okay,
And
thank
let's
you.
just do this on your client, Mr. Rudolph. Norma, are we able to come back at 2 on Mr. Rudolph for a plea?
No, it's Olivo, Santiago Olivo.
Oh, it's listed as, it's Santiago Rudolph Olivo.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No problem. All right, we'll say 2 o'clock, but if you're able to come in by 11:30, then we can take it.
Okay, thank you, Judge. And I'll be looking for the paperwork. Thank you so much. Mr. Olivo, just hit leave meeting and I'll contact you when we need to log back in. If you don't hear from me, log back in at 2 p.m.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'll see you at 11 or 2.
All right, Daphne Pravity.
I'm sorry, may I leave? Mrs. Santiago, may I leave now?
Yes, you need to be back at 2, but your attorney will contact you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You have a good one.
Thank you, you too. Daphne Pravity.
Good morning, Judge. I just wanted to get back in line. We're here, my amicus, Ms. Lisa Duke, is here to complete the bond hearing that we began on August 5th.
All right, and who is the prosecutor?
It's Joe Ray Garcia who had started it on August 5th.
All right, I'm getting like so much feedback from somewhere. So where's the feedback coming from? Ah, yay. Brenda's silence.
I think it's Mr. Truett.
Okay.
Is it me?
Yes.
Yes, you need to go on mute.
I'm always just glad when it's not me.
Yes. All right, and where is your client?
She had emailed me that she's on, but I haven't seen her on. I don't know if she could be in a waiting room.
No, no one's in the waiting room.
I'm here.
How are you listed on the screen?
Rebecca Valdez.
So it's not Gonzalez, it's
And
Rebecca
that's her
Valdez.
actual name, but for some reason, her maiden name, Rebecca Gonzalez, is what's on all the court pleadings. That's how she was arrested, but her name has been Valdez for many years.
All right, we are back on the record in CM 083915, State of Texas versus Rebecca Gonzalez, AKA Rebecca Valdez. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Joe Ray Garcia.
For the defense?
Daphne Previty for Sean Brown's office, Your Honor, representing Ms. Rebecca Gonzalez Valdez.
All right, we are here on a second motion to modify bond conditions to conform to, I guess, CPS recommendation. Defense, it is your motion, and I believe you are going to present additional evidence to the court.
So we had previously had the CPS caseworker, Ms. Jill O'Connor, testify, and the court had asked about the amicus. Miss Lisa Duke is the amicus. We've subpoenaed her to be here today. If you remember, she had some reservations about providing information. And so would the court prefer that I do this in the customary criminal presentation of evidence because we don't usually have the amicus, or would you like to speak to her privately in a breakout room to get the information that you would like?
No, you can proceed however you wish to proceed. I know on the civil side, because I've been an amicus before, you present a report to both parties who are involved, because otherwise there's really no point to have an amicus if the report is going to be secret. So however you wish to go forward, if you want to go forward with question and answer, you can. If you just want her to deliver the report to the court, that can be done as well.
Okay, so if you'll please swear her in.
All right, Ms. Duke, if you can raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if you could state your name for the record, please.
Lisa Duke. I am the amicus attorney for the best interest of the child for Ariana Valdez.
All right, defense.
And Ms. Duke, how would you prefer to proceed? Because I know you had reservations. Would you like to just make a brief report to the judge?
Yeah,
Or
let
would
me
you
do let me do it that way, just because I know there is just one statute in the civil side that has to do with like the whole giving testimony thing. So if I could just kind of give a brief opinion.
Well, I will tell you, the state may have questions for you though, because this is on the criminal side, so.
Okay, well, however, obviously I'll do whatever the court would like me to do, but I'm happy to make a statement if that's okay.
No, I mean, you all proceed however you wish to proceed, but what I'm saying is that the state may have questions.
That's fine, Judge.
Okay, all right. So defense, if you want to have her just give me an oral report, if the state is not going to have any objections to that evidence being taken in that fashion, then we can proceed. If the state has objections, then it'll have to be done in question and answer.
Mr. Garcia?
There's no objections.
Okay. Ms. Duke, please proceed with your report to Judge Boyd.
Okay. Your Honor, I was appointed a few months ago in this case, and I have visited with the child a number of times. I've visited with her in mom's care, I think 3 times now, and over with dad a couple of times as well. I understand that the child has been interviewed by quite a few people, so that's not, I guess, really my purpose in talking to her, but just to kind of assess what her comfort level was and her safety and at mom's residence, and just her relationship with both parents. And after I've also talked to the CPS worker a couple of times. I've been involved in a couple of court hearings so far on the civil side. And I have talked to the child's counselor who is currently seeing her. And after doing the visits, after speaking to the parties, CPS and the counselor, I do not have any concerns about Ariana being in the care of her mother. I am not concerned about any domestic violence incidents that would be Ariana being a victim at the hands of her mother. She's very close to her mother, and I did not witness anything in my investigation that caused me to have concern about her current condition with her mom. I also, I know that the CPS investigator, it was not, or Jill O'Connor does not have current concerns. And more importantly, her counselor, Delilah Martinez, truly does not have any concerns about Ariana being in the care of her mother unsupervised at this point.
Okay, anything else from the defense?
I'll pass the witness.
All right, state?
Judge, I think it was covered with the other witnesses. No questions.
All right, let me ask you, has the child been in the care already with Ms. Valdez unsupervised?
No, she's been, Ms. Valdez has the child at her mom's, like the maternal grandmother's. And so the child is always supervised by Ms. Rebecca Valdez's mother.
All right.
But obviously prior to the CPS safety plan, she lived in a different house with her mom.
All right, thank you so much for coming in to give me some insight into the case. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge Boyd.
All right.
Thank you, Ms. Duke.
Maybe excused?
Yes. Okay. All right, state, after hearing all the witnesses, are you still opposed?
Judge, I guess our concern is we're not opposed. We'll leave it up to the court. But because of the nature of the offense, we're not going to, I guess, agree to the no supervision, but not be opposed.
All right, see, the courts, here's the position the courts is in. The court is in the position of, I don't know anything about this case. The only thing I know is that the defendant is charged with injury to a child. I don't know how serious those injuries are. I don't have any of that information. What I do have is I have an amicus attorney telling me that they've interviewed the child, interviewed everybody, and feels that unsupervised contact is appropriate. Child Protective Services says unsupervised contact is appropriate. The caseworker says unsupervised contact is appropriate. And I'm assuming, someone correct me if I'm wrong, that the child's attorney is saying that unsupervised contact would be appropriate.
Judge, I don't know that there is a separate child's attorney.
Is this a legal case or no?
I don't believe there's a CPS case, but there's a civil custody case pending. So all the hearings that have been happening have been in family court. Ms. Rebecca Valdez is represented by Letty Gavito in the child custody suit.
Okay, I'm sorry, go forward.
I don't know that there's a separate CPS. CPS has closed everything, and I don't think that there was ever a CPS cause opened. The nature of the allegation was that the child had a bruise and the father called CPS to report that she had a bruise on her back. And so there's at least 3 different versions of what may have happened in the police reports. And so the one that Ms. Valdez has been accused of, the case is still unindicted, but they're saying that she struck the child in the lower back and caused a bruise because she was possibly putting stickers on the wall.
Okay, and what is the alleged age of the child in this case?
She was 3 at the time and now she's 4, Judge.
So here's the question. Is there going to be defense any type of supervision at all at any time, or is the CPS investigation closed, or is the CPS investigation still open?
No, it's been closed. There is no safety plan at this point. So the original bond conditions, the court at the magistrate had ordered no contact, but CPS had ordered supervised. So we had a hearing at the onset of the case asking that she be allowed to have supervised contact with the child. And so that's what's currently in place. On July 9th, CPS decided there didn't need to be a safety plan anymore and closed their case. But she still had the bond condition of she could only have supervised contact. So while the case is working its way through the system, we'd ask that she be allowed to have unsupervised contact with the child. She right now has been having only contact with the child when her mother is also available. The child also spends time with her biological father.
Okay, so you're saying the CPS case is closed?
Yes, that's my understanding. As of July 9th, they said there no longer needed to be a safety plan. Ms. Valdez had already taken the parenting class that they suggested. Ms. O'Connor has no concerns about the safety of the child.
All right, so Ms. Pravity, can you provide for the court copy or documentation showing that the case is closed?
I don't have that now, but I can follow up with Ms. O'Connor and see what she can provide to me, Your Honor.
Okay, so this is what we'll do. I've heard all the evidence. I'm waiting to see that the case is closed. Ms. Pravity, if you and your client can come back either tomorrow or before the week is out, whatever time is convenient for your client, and I will give you my ruling, but I want that document to show that this case is actually closed.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Do we need to see Norma to get a time?
Yes, just contact her, but I don't
Okay.
want it to interfere with your client's work schedule. So just contact Ms. Ferguson once you're able to get that document to the court. And if you could just email it, but include Joe Ray in the email.
I will, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
And may we be excused for today?
Yes,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Rebecca, go ahead and sign off.
All right, guys, in the breakout room, Rolando Ramos is in number 6. He's waiting for a criminal trial division person on Rogelio Cardoza. Suzanne Kramer, I'm going to move you to number 9. And she is waiting for criminal trial division prosecutor on Jesus Garza. Guillermo Laura, I'm going to move you to number 11. He's waiting for a family violence prosecutor. Michael Zamora, I'm going to move him to number 12. Albert Acevedo, he's waiting on a violation report on Marla Garrison. I'm going to move him to 13. Alice Warburton, I'm going to move her to number 14. Gary Churak, All right. Ed Shaughnessy, what is happening with Jasmine Hardaway?
Yes, Your Honor. We're here because the court set this for a update regarding my expert witness who is located in the state of Florida.
Yes.
I have heard from him. He had one concern that he voiced to me
Yes.
regarding what might be a gap in the medical reports regarding the complainant. Mr. Sanders, I alerted him to it, and he is going to check his sources, if you will, to determine whether or not that gap can be filled in with some records. They're medical records. The issue that is presented is that this matter involves medical facilities, I guess, in the Temple Belton area. And we received a large amount of those, but my expert was seeking to have records that are not contained in that discovery. And Mr. Sanders is going to determine whether or not any further medical records do in fact exist that he did not forward to me.
All right, Norma, on Jasmine Hardaway, can we have a 30-day reset for discovery?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
I'm sorry, Norma, you know what? Actually make it 45 days because I know how medical records are.
Yes, ma'am.
Where would that put us? What day?
We're going to find out in just a moment.
Okay.
I can do November 12th or the
November
15th.
November 12th. All right, you and your client are excused.
I consulted with Mr. Sanders. I think he's good to go. I don't think we need to bring him in, but thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.
All right, thank you.
Go Tigers.
Yes, go Tigers, and be there for Cornelius because Florida Gators lost.
Who do you got this weekend?
Does it even matter? You know, it's going to be a long season.
It matters. It matters.
No, it's going to be a long season, Ed.
Well, if
I just approach Saturday when I see it.
well,
The same way with the Saints. I just approach it when I see it.
take them on the money line. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Arlene Gay.
Your Honor, I've conferred with my client, I've conferred with Meredith, and we're just seeking another reset if possible to get documents. I believe there is going to be a resolution to this case soon.
All right, Norma, on Miss Autumn Glenn, can you give me a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
If you'll put it in the chat box, Miss Ferguson, please.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to come back on October 21st. And Ms. Gay, you and your client are excused. We'll see you back on October 21st.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Sunny Middleton.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Orozco, we do have a plea bargain. We would need paperwork and all that, but he wants to be taken off the trial docket and he wants to take a plea.
All right, if you will put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson what that agreement is, we will take care of it.
Okay. Are we going to plead today or
Yes.
reset? Okay, because I still have not done jail court, just so you know, Your Honor, they're way behind.
Okay, yes. As soon as the paperwork is done, we'll take care of that.
All right.
Terry Carter.
Yes, Judge, I conferred with my client, Mr. Jesus Cole. We were just given an offer today. We were able to confirm that some of the videos that we thought existed do not exist. Mr. Cole's going to come in and review the evidence and make a decision on that offer or trial. If I could have one more setting, I would appreciate it.
All right, Norma, on Jesus Cole, could you give me a 30-day reset? Will it be the 21st or 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we will see you back on October 21st.
October 21st. Thank you, Judge. May we be excused?
You are excused. You do have all the discovery, is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, you are excused. And
Thank
Mr.
you,
Cole,
Judge.
you are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too.
Judge, this is Roland Ramos when you have 1 second.
Sure, just give me a moment. Yes, Mr. Ramos.
I'm gonna be logging off, Judge. I have to be in Austin. I'm leaving right now, but Jason Todd's gonna take over. We've already spoke with Marcus, but he's gonna he's gonna log in right now and he'll be handling everything from this point out.
Okay, who will be handling everything? I'm sorry.
Jason Todd.
All right, thank you. Be safe on your drive.
Thank you, Judge, and he'll be logging in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Safe travels.
Thank you, Judge.
Andrew Froelich.
Judge, after conferring again with Marcus, we are going to have Ms. Vidal interviewed for Esperanza. I just called Rachel with Esperanza Court, and she can head down to the courtroom now and do an interview. I just need the referral form from the court, and if I need to sign an interview waiver that I give someone permission to talk to my client, we can do that as well.
Okay, so here's the question. So what are we planning on doing with this case?
I don't know yet.
Because whether or not she goes to Esperanza Court depends on whether or not I place her in Esperanza Court.
And whether or not my client's ready to plea at this point or
Yes.
try it.
So
I
I'm
don't-
trying to figure out where are we going with this case? So, because my thing, interviewing someone for Esperanza Court, obviously she has these number of cases. So she probably will be accepted unless does she have a violent past?
No, Your Honor.
So I don't even think there needs to be an interview for Esperanza Court. They will accept her if this is what she has. So then the next question becomes, where are we going with this case? Because to me, it does no good to interview somebody for Esperanza Court, felony drug court, Veterans Court, and then for the person to come back and say, yeah, I'm not accepting any plea in this, but thanks for the interviews. So we need to figure out where the case is going. So where are we going on this case?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Let's do can I get a competency evaluation as well?
All right, Norma, on Ms. Vidal, the state is requesting, the defense is requesting a competency eval. And is your client in the courtroom?
She is, Your Honor.
All right, to the courtroom, could you have Ms. Vidal come forward?
Right here between both arrows and just look forward, okay?
Hello, Ms. Vidal.
Hello.
Hi, we're gonna give you a reset date for evaluation. Norma, what date do you want to come back?
30
days, Judge, which would be the 20. We can do the 22nd.
All right, Ms. Vidal, we're going to come back on October the 22nd. Again, if you're able to Zoom, you don't have to appear in person, but if not, you'll have to appear in person. So they're going to give you a reset form for October 22nd, okay?
Okay.
Did you
All
have
right,
a
thank
question,
you.
Ms. Vidal? I'm sorry, Judge, I didn't mean to interrupt, but did you have a
no
question, Ms. Vidal?
Sure.
Did you have a question for the court?
I come back on the 22nd of October.
Yes, October 22nd, Ms. Vidal.
22nd.
Yes, ma'am. Can you call me, please? After court, can you give me a call?
You're calling, you're talking to me?
Yes, ma'am. Can you call me after court?
Yes, sir. I need your
Just-
phone number.
All right, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send you to a breakout room, number 1 with her.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And to the clerks, can you make sure that she gets a reset form, please? And then you can be excused from there, Mr. Froelich.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Teresa Conley.
Yes, Your Honor. We basically have an agreement, Meredith and I. It's to plead on a particular account and then to go open to you on punishment.
All right, then she needs to be in the courtroom. And Ms. Chavarria, you need to be in the courtroom by 2 o'clock today. 187 District Court, 4th floor. We'll see you at 2 o'clock, Ms. Chavarria.
Okay, just a minute. I'm sorry, I'm on a hearing. Just a minute. Thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. Ms. Chavarria, do you understand? All right, see you at 2 o'clock at the 187 District Court. It's located at 300 De La Rosa, 4th floor. All right, Jason Todd, you are
Morning, Judge.
here. Hi. Let me see which case you're here on.
I'm here on Mr. Cardoza for Mr. Ramos.
Yes, and do you need to confer with the state again?
I think we're set with the state. I just want to touch base with Mr. Cardoza.
Where is Mr. Cardoza? Rogelio
him.
Cardoza?
Mr. Cardoza, if you could raise your hand or wave to the judge.
All right, Mr. Cardoza, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, this is Sunny.
Yes,
Can you put me in a breakout room with Mr. Orozco? He's an inmate.
yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Orozco, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 4. And let me see Sunny, what breakout room were you in?
I think I was in 20.
Okay. Yes, you were. I'll send you to number 4.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. David Woodard.
Judge, I'm here on Laurel Peterson. She was brought back because you wanted her to take a UA.
Yes, what are the results of that?
According to Ms. Reyes, it was positive on 9/15 for marijuana.
Let me see.
She wasn't on the docket today, Judge.
Okay, so she's positive. She says she will be negative. She's not. What's the cause number?
2019 3420W.
All right, to the clerks, could you bring me cause number 2019 CR 3420W? Okay, thank you. All right, so we're not on the record yet, but we were here because Miss Peterson would never take a UA. There was always some excuse. And then she didn't want to take a UA because she was at work and she was on probation, which is what she said every time that a UA has been requested of her. So she takes a UA and she's positive for marijuana. So what are we doing with this motion to revoke?
Well, Judge, I've been in the breakout room. I've been waiting for Meredith. I think Meredith has been with other defense attorneys, so I haven't been able to confer with her. But I want to let the court know that we're here and that she did take a test and that test was positive.
All right, so what we'll do is Meredith is in breakout room number 3. As I'm going to put you in the breakout room and I'm going to rename you to let them know you're waiting for Meredith. And I will put you, I'll put you in number 9. That's what's available. All right, James DeWiggins.
Yes, Judge.
Yes.
I'm here on Michael DeLeon.
Criminal Trial Division of Family Violence.
Criminal trial.
I'm going to send you to number 12.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Abel Dominguez.
Yes, Judge, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I am here on Miss April Sanchez. It's a follow-up.
Oh, that's already been taken care of. She's in Volunteers of America.
Yes, I was made aware she left this week.
Yes, and she has GPS on.
Okay, all right then. May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Judge.
You're welcome. Karen Corby.
Yes, Your Honor. I have conferred with Joe Ray Garcia, and we are going to keep his case in the trial docket, please. On Avian Abrams. I'm sorry, Andrew Guerrero.
Where is your client?
I'm sorry, he's in the breakout room. Want me to go get him?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes.
Number one, Andrew Guerrero, I'm going to need a 30-day reset, please. Can I put this on October 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm back from the breakout room whenever anybody's ready.
Let me see. Karen Corby?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Have you received all the discovery? The last time we were here, it was stated that some discovery need to be uploaded. So do you have all the discovery?
I'm not sure about that. I'm sure if there's anything else, then I would ask they just keep supplementing it, Your Honor. At this point, I believe I have what I need.
Okay, well, we can't be on the trial docket if people don't know if they have all the discovery yet. So we're going to recall this for October 28th.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a
You're
great day.
welcome. Sure, you too. Bye-bye. Alice Warburton. Alice Warburton.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, who do you have?
I have Richard Holloway, Your Honor.
All right, and is your client in custody or on bond?
He is on bond, Judge.
All right, Richard Curtis Holloway, where are you?
He is in the bathroom, Judge, but he is here. He would even spoke to Mr. Martin. Miss David saw him. So
All right, he needs to come back on screen.
okay. I'll wait for him.
All right, thank you. All right, Jason Todd.
Yes, Judge.
Hi, what is happening with Mr. Cordova?
I had one question for Mr. Sanders, and he and I are working on communicating to get
All
that
right.
answered, and then I'll be able to tell you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Zamora?
Judge.
All right.
I have Mr. Holloway for you, Judge.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. Holloway is 81, so Zoom eludes 82. Oh, you just had a birthday, so Zoom eludes.
Well, Alice, what I can tell you, Zoom is a problem for even super young people, which you would think all the young people would know all the technology, but they don't. And it eluded me for the longest of time. And I'm still learning new things about Zoom. All right, so Mr. Holloway, on your case, we're going to come back on October 21st, and it'll be by Zoom. If you're not able to Zoom, then you can be in the courtroom. Alice, do you have all the discovery on this case?
I think so. David Martin and I have discussed the viability of this case. Obviously, Mr. Holloway is elderly. It is acceptable that he's present with me instead of in the courtroom on Zoom, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but I always let people know if they're allowed to Zoom. And if they can't Zoom, then they can appear in person.
The old-fashioned way, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I have received all the discovery, I think, thus far. I know that I think there's still some investigating to do, but it's actually Mr. Martin is waiting on some documents from me that I think will settle this matter.
All right, thank you. Then you and your client are excused. We'll see you back on October 21st.
Thank you, Judge. So you can go, Mr. Holloway. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Have a great rest of your day.
You too, Judge.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. All right, Guillermo Alara.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, what is happening with Mr. Diaz?
Judge, I conferred with the state on it, and we at this point, Mr. Diaz would like to move forward with his trial. He does have his job on the line, and this is contingent on him. His job is contingent on again us resolving this matter, Judge. He does want to go to trial on the case.
All right, have you received all the discovery?
I believe we have, Your Honor.
And have you received an offer?
I have.
All right, where's Mr. Diaz?
He's currently in breakout room number 11, Judge. Let me ask him to get out.
Thank you.
Judge?
Just one moment, Mr. DeWiggins.
Sorry.
No problem. Norma, on Mr. Diaz, is it okay for me to give a plea deadline date of October 28th?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, Mr. Diaz. Mr. Diaz, we're going to come back on October 28th. Your attorney has informed me that they have all the discovery. So October 28th will be your plea deadline date. That will be the last time you will be able to accept a plea. If you decide not to accept a plea and request a jury trial, then we will give you your jury trial date. Do you understand, Mr. Diaz?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All
Have a
right,
good day.
Thank you, you too. Mr. Laura, you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. DeWiggins, and then I'm going to take up H. Dave Sanchez.
Yes, ma'am. I was trying to contact my client and I was reminded that he's in federal custody in Amarillo.
You know, there's a country song, Amarillo by Morning. I think that's what it's called.
He's going to be there for a few mornings, it seems like.
Okay. All right, who is the prosecutor on Mr. DeLeon?
I don't know.
All right, Norma, on DeLeon, can we do a 45-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. That would be in November. I'm sorry, Judge, give me 1 second. November. We can do the 11th or the 18th, Judge.
All right, November 11th or 18th, Mr. DeWiggins.
11th is fine.
All right, we'll come back on that date and we'll see if we can have your client zoom in or not, all right?
All right.
All right, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jay, I think he has one more, Judge.
Well, we'll need to see if you can call him back, Norma.
Your Honor, this is Ms. Middleton.
Yes.
I'm sorry, jail court's hollering at me. Mr. Orozco has changed his mind. He wants the trial.
All right, just 1 second.
Is that who I was about to do paperwork on?
Yes.
Yes, I think so.
Pot doesn't
All
get sweeter.
All right, can you have Mr. Orozco come back to the main room? Ms. Middleton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank
So
you.
Judge, go ahead and cancel the court documents because they've been sent.
Yes, cancel the documents.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sanchez?
Judge, I think the paperwork should be headed your way. We'll be ready for a plea once you have that. So.
All right, let me see if I have the paperwork.
Your Honor, I asked him to wait. His seat is empty. I don't know if they took him back.
All right, Norma, can you have Mr. Orozco come back, please?
Yes, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
And Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to send you and your client to breakout room number 1.
Okay.
So that your client can be sworn in and they'll let me know if all the paperwork is there. Mr. Trevino, if you can go to number 1.
Sonny, I'm getting you your discovery right now.
Okay. And I did tell him that all plea bargains would be off.
Okay.
Yeah, so I scanned the drug case. I mean, it's pretty.
Your Honor, I know I've been a pain in the butt this morning because of jail court.
No, you haven't. You're fine.
Well, they're screaming at me because I'm the attorney of the day on the felony bond.
No,
docket.
I mean, if you are fine.
So, if you
And
like,
if you need to go to the that, you can go to that. And if you want, we can have Mr. Orozco back for the afternoon.
okay, 2, is that what I heard?
Yes, 2 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate
Yes.
that.
I'm sorry, Norma, can you just have Mr. Orozco come back at 2, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. All right, James DeWiggins, Norma is telling me that you may have someone else on our docket.
He's on the recall, Judge.
Who?
It is Ramon Longoria.
Oh, okay.
That is for the status of the competency evaluation. Do you have a status on that? And let me give you the cost number is 2019, Mr. DeWiggins, CR 9157. And it's Ramon Longoria.
Is it Ramon with an E at the end?
No, no E. And I see you have Roy Rogers and Trigger behind you.
Yes.
Where's
I do.
Dale Evans? Let's not forget about Dale.
She's she's literally on this wall over here with Roy.
Okay, and you know what I think on this Zoom screen, you and I and maybe two other people maybe know what we're talking about right now. All right, Brian Kimbrough, you're back.
Sorry, Your Honor. Yeah, well, I had to leave. I had a couple of cases that I had to do and I was waiting. So I still need to confer. If you could put me in a breakout room with somebody. This is for Max Armendariz, which is an MTR, which is actually set in October, but I think it's for discovery issues or something.
All right, criminal trial division or family violence?
It's a criminal trial.
Okay. I'll send you to number 5.
Okay, thank you.
And everyone, Michael Zamora is in number 7. I don't know what his client's name is. And then Meredith David Woodard is in number 9. He's requesting you on Laura Peterson.
Your Honor, it's Teresa Conley. I've appeared again.
Yes.
My client, I'd like to speak with Meredith if I could in the breakout.
Okay, I thought you were coming back at 2.
Well, my client has decided that maybe she can afford some other options, so I would like to discuss them with Meredith. We're still coming back at 2, but if I could just talk to Meredith.
All right, just give me a moment.
Thank you.
I'll put you in number 10.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge,
Send you a chat.
on Ramon Longoria,
Yes.
nothing has happened from the MAG side since he's been referred. Remember this guy? He's the one that slapped the deputy on the butt the first time, and then
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nothing's happened since he's been referred. I mean, it says that on the clerk's site that the referral is in there waiting, but they haven't done anything with it. And I've received no emails concerning it.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Longoria.
Yes, ma'am.
Can we recall this in 2 weeks and see where he is as far as his evaluation from the magistrate court?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm waiting for a date, Mr. DeWiggins. As soon as we have a date, I'll give it to you.
Judge, I said October. I'm sorry if you didn't hear me. It was October 11th.
All right, we'll come back on October 11th.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I don't think you have anyone else
Okay.
with us. Happy trails.
Thank you. Happy trails.
All right. All right, Mr. Sanchez, as soon as they give me the paperwork, we will take up your client.
Sounds good, thanks.
You're welcome. All right, thank you. Who's the prosecutor you were working with? Oh, and Meredith,
Yes,
there are a couple of people waiting for you.
I know. It's a busy morning. Sorry,
I
Judge.
know. And I just wanted to let you know on David Woodard, I didn't put his client's name in the box because it was too long. So that's on Laura Peterson. And David said she
Go into a
tested
breakout
positive.
room. I can go into a breakout room with David if he's still available or no?
Yes, he's in number 9.
Okay.
And Meredith, before you go, Teresa's in number 10, and she said her client called her, and I believe she's changed her mind about some option.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right, thank you. Marcus Sanders, are you available to do a play on Ricardo Trevino? Or either Joe Ray Garcia?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. And on this one, it's 2021 CR 8190. The clerks have said that the acknowledgement of discovery hasn't come through on their end. So if you could forward that to me in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. I mean, not in the chat, but in the email.
Judge, I wouldn't have it. It would be in whoever did the paperwork.
You know, Judge, and in fact, I don't know that I've received that, to be honest.
Okay.
And I'll do one now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Sanders. Mr. Woodard, do you need to speak with your client?
Well, Judge, I never had an opportunity to speak.
Oh, no, go back to the breakout room. Meredith is coming in there now. Oh, David, she skipped over you to Teresa. I'm going to send you to number 10. Just let her know that you're going to be in number 11.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Just 1 moment. Give me a second. Norma, we're just going to move those cases to November 12th.
Okay.
To the clerks, could I have the file on Michael DeLeon, please? He's on page 7. Thank you. Oh, I'll give it back to you. I just needed to change a date. There you go.
Dave, can you check your chat?
Sure.
All right. Albert Acevedo.
Yes, Your Honor. I've been in a waiting room for a couple hours. I don't know what I'm waiting for.
Oh, you're waiting for a prosecutor to come. Is your case criminal trial division or family violence?
CTD, it's a violation report issue. We're not on the trial docket, so.
Yes, we're here to address that violation report. Is your client here?
She's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna move you up to breakout room number 3. And a prosecutor will come there to discuss the violation report with you so we can see what to do with the violation report. And do you have a copy of the violation report?
I do.
Okay,
Your Honor,
yes.
Gary Trigger, can you put me back in the breakout room with Meredith? We're negotiating on something on the case.
All right, just wait here. She's in a breakout room with Teresa Conley and David Woodard. As soon as she finishes, I will move you to a breakout room with her.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. And everyone, give me a moment, please.
Oh, shit, I got
Judge Boyd, may I approach when you have a moment?
Yeah. Yes, you can approach.
I just wanted to let you know that on Mr. Cardoza, we've
Yes.
reached an agreement with the state, and we're ready whenever the paperwork flows through, but I think we've done our part.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
So
Judge.
Norma, they need paperwork on Cardoza. I'm sorry, yes, Cardoza, it is Rogelio Cardoza. And then Meredith, Gary Chirek says he needs to speak with you again.
And just to be clear, Judge, on Cardoza, I think Norma's already sent it out and we've signed it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take up Mr. Trevino first, and then we'll take up Mr. Cardoza. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for your patience. It's been a long Wednesday, but we've all kept a smile on our face, and that makes things so much easier. Okay, so who is on Trevino? That is H. Dave Sanchez.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, let me see if this will work.
I sent you a chat, Judge.
Yes, I did, Marcus. Thank you so much. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 8190, State of Texas versus Ricardo Ruben Trevino. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Dave Sanchez.
All right, are you Mr. Trevino? Could you unmute for me, please, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
None.
Any objection from the defense?
None.
Mr. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to apply by video conference. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Ms. Reyes, there is no application in this case. Mr. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes,
Your Honor.
Court will find, Mr. Sanchez.
Yes, I did, Judge.
All right, court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Trevino, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Trevino, I'm showing you a document entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand what you're charged with is theft under $2,500 enhanced as a state jail felony? The range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call on the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Trevino, did you
Yes.
understand?
Yes, I do understand, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Judge.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Trevino, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you into this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is requesting that your punishment be assessed to 90 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code, and there are no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea bargain agreement.
Yes, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
None, Judge.
Then, Mr. Trevino, to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the defendant's guilty plea.
Yes, the state offer states Exhibit 1 and its attachment.
Any objections?
No objection, Judge.
Mr. Trevino, I'm going to show you what's entitled Wavering Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, yes, Your Judge.
The court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. The court will accept into evidence states Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, reviewing states Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, other than we'd ask you to file the plea bargain agreement.
All right, Mr. Trevino, why can't you stop stealing? You want to spend the rest of your life in jails and in prison?
No, no, Your Honor, I don't.
So what is the reason that you steal? Do you know?
I do know, but I've just gone through a whole lot, but there's no excuse. I received the correction that I received, and I won't be doing it anymore.
All right, so here's the thing, Mr. Trevino. I'm sure that what you told me is what you told the previous judge 2 times before. If you don't stop stealing, you're going to find that a majority of your life is going to have been spent in custody. How old are you?
50 years old.
All right, you're getting to the point where you have more of your life behind you than in front of you. You understand?
I do understand.
All right. The court will sentence you to 90 days in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code, give you credit for any time served. Is this judgment satisfied or no?
It is, Judge. He has 97 days in.
All right, the court will find that the judgment is satisfied. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Trevino, good luck to you. We can go off the record. Mr. Trevino, here's my parting advice for you. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. If you are invited to somebody's house or some building, when they ask you to leave, you need to leave. You understand?
Absolutely.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Trevino. Have a great rest of your day. You'll probably be released from custody, probably at midnight.
You have a blessed day as well, Your Honor.
Oh, thank you so much. I love blessings. Norma, can you let them know that L12 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, you're excused.
Judge, may I approach? It's Suzanne.
Okay.
I was just wondering, I've been in a breakout room for a little bit over an hour and I never got a DA. So I was just not pressing, but just checking if I'm still in a line or maybe they forgot about me.
Okay, no, it showed where Marcus Sanders went to number 6.
I haven't left 6 at all, other than to come in here real quick.
Suzanne, it'll be me, but I'm doing a couple, please. But I'll be there right after this one.
Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, are you on Cardoza, Marcus?
Yes, Judge.
Brittany, you ready? Court is calling 2019 CR 3633W and 2019 CR 3634W, State of Texas versus Rogelio Cardoza. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
This is Jason Todd for Mr. Cardoza.
All right, and are you Mr. Cardoza?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
No objection.
Any objections from the defense?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
Mr. Cardoza, in each of these cause numbers, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Conference, did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them and did you electronically sign them?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cause numbers, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. In each of the cause numbers, I'm going to show you what's entitled motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review those documents with your attorney and did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
In cause number 2019 CR 3633W, are you the same Rogelio Cardoza who was placed on deferred adjudication for the offense of burglary of a habitation force on July 2nd, 2019 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
And in cause number 2019 CR 3634W, are you the same Rogelio Cardoza who was placed on deferred adjudication for burglary of a habitation force on July 2nd, 2019 for a period of 8 years?
Yes, ma'am.
State, are you proceeding on that same allegation in each motion?
Yes, Judge.
Defense, any objection to the state reading that motion? I'm sorry, that allegation for both motions and your client's answer being an answer for both motions?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Condition number 1, on or about the 19th day of September 2020, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Rogelio Cardoza committed the offense of assault in violation of condition number 1.
And each of the motions, how do you plead to that, Mr. Cardoza? True or not true?
True.
Mr. Cardoza, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1 in each of these motions? In each of the motions, the court could find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1 in each motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true in each motion. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge, and this is the same for both cases. We're asking that you grant the motion, adjudicate and revoke, and sentence him to 4 years TDC. In agreement, in exchange for his plea of true, we agreed to TIC case number 669.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? TIC
Yes.
what?
County Court 669577.
Mr. Todd, is that the agreement?
That is the agreement, Your Honor. And I just to be clear, it is our understanding the agreement is that those two cause numbers will run concurrent. I didn't hear that.
Yes. These two cause numbers will run concurrently. So with that, is that the agreement, defense?
Yes, Judge, that is.
Mr. Cardoza, are you asking the court to follow that agreement in each of these cause numbers?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes. Mhm.
Then, as previously stated, the court has found in cause number 2019 CR 3634W, court has found violation of condition number 1 true. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 4 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, taking into consideration County Court cause number 669577. This will run concurrent with 2019 CR 3634W. And cause number 2019 CR 3634W. The court will, as previously stated, find violation of condition number 1 true, follow your agreement, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, sentence you to 4 years in prison, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration County Court cause number 669577. This will run concurrent with 2019 CR 3634W. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing in either of the cases?
Judge, I'm just for Mr. Cardoza, one of his concerns was getting back time, and I just want him to know that when you said you're giving credit for any time served, that's what that is.
Mr. Cardoza, anytime that you've been in custody on either of these cases, you will be receiving credit for that. Do you understand?
Ma'am.
All right, Mr. Cardoza, in each of these cases, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, in each of the cases, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
In each of the cases, because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Cardoza, how old are you?
21.
All right, Mr. Cardoza, you still have more of your life in front of you, all right? You're going to have to do better. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in and out of prison. I don't want to see that for you. You can still turn your life around, all right?
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Cardoza.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Norma, L6 can go back. I'm sorry.
This is the one that we also had the SR for restitution. The restitution hearing. I sent you the SR this morning.
Just 1 second before we leave, Mr. Thank you. And is this restitution to the complainants?
I'm not sure who, yeah, it says to the victims, but it was to be determined. And they sent restitution letters and only one victim has responded back with receipts and damages incurred. But it doesn't look like it was listed on the SR that they submitted to you.
All right, State, did you have a chance to see that restitution?
No, Judge.
All right, let me forward it to you. And Mr. Todd, I don't have your email address. So when I forward this to you, State, if you could please forward it to Mr. Todd as well.
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Cardoza, just give us one moment.
Okay.
Mr. Kimbrough?
Yes, Your Honor. I conferred and with the DA. We have no issues. This is already set for a hearing on the 7th of October. It was set today for discovery compliance, but there is no discovery that I'm aware of that I didn't ask for any. So I think we're okay, but
Okay, I think it probably was related to the fact that there is a new number one in the motion to revoke, and the new number one is an injury case. So I didn't know if, I think that's probably why it was set, the discovery as it relates to that, but you have everything and you'll be ready to proceed?
Well, the injury case was in Comel County. And so they have provided me with some materials. I haven't filed any motions for discovery on the case, so I'm
All
ready to
right.
go.
Okay, well, we'll see you back on October 7th then
Very good. Thank
for the
you.
contested. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patience.
Yeah, could you put me in with Mr. Almendarez briefly and then
Yes.
we'll both leave? Thank you.
Well, if you could make sure Mr. Almendarez comes back to the breakout room, to the main room after you finish speaking to him, please.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'll send you to number one.
Okay, thank you. But I'll be excused, right, after that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And Judge, I sent you and Marcus the receipt that I found. I'm sorry, I don't have the attorney's email.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I know I'll get it. One way.
Yeah, I sent it, Jason.
Okay, and I will let you and Marcus go into a breakout room if you all need to talk about that.
Thank you.
And that'll be, I'll place you in number four. Do you want your client in number four as well, Mr. Todd?
Let me, if it please the court, I would like to talk with Mr. Sanders first, and then can meet with Mr. Cardoza.
Okay. Gary Churak.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm just waiting
I
to
need
hear
to,
from Meredith. We made a
I'm about to
count.
send Gary a chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Woodward, can you please go back to room 10?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, anyone who's ready, let me know. The court is breaking, we're taking our break today at 12:15.
Judge, if you have a moment, could you join us in 4?
Yes. Mr. Sanders, number 4. All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. All right, Mr. Cardoza, I'm going to send you to a breakout room to speak with your attorney. Let me see where your attorney was. Your attorney is in number 4, so I'm going to send you to number 4. If you speak to him, come back to the main room. Gary,
Yes, ma'am.
yes. Yes, what's happening with Stephen Vasquez and Dante Williams?
Stephen Vasquez, I think, Judge, we're gonna need a trial setting on that one. There may be new discovery coming, talking to Meredith. She's got a couple more witnesses out there. But if we
All right, Mr. Vasquez, can you unmute for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Vasquez, I'm being told that there is more discovery in your case. So in this court, I'd like for the defense to have all the discovery so there's no surprises for defense at trial. So we're going to recall it for one more discovery date.
Is there a way I can talk to my lawyer before I'm dismissed, ma'am? Because we haven't conversed about anything.
Yes, you can speak to him before you dismiss. Norma, can I have a 30-day reset on Stephen Vasquez, please?
22nd, Judge.
Yes, we can still judge. We talk.
Okay. Mr. Vasquez, let me explain something to you. I can see that you're frustrated. I understand everyone's frustration at different times. But guess what? Even if you wanted a trial today, the court can't give you a trial today because we don't have any jurors. And we don't have any jurors because jurors have been suspended. Jurors have been suspended because of the pandemic. And the other reason is because people won't follow whatever rules that are being given to them about the pandemic. So even if you wanted a jury trial today, we could not give you a jury trial today. Even if your attorney had, even if your attorney had all of the discovery today, guess what? We can't do a jury trial today because we don't have any jurors. So I'll send you to, yes?
I was just wanting an offer. The DA hasn't even come with an offer.
Steve,
That is not true.
Steve, I made you an offer last time we were in court. You turned it down.
It was a silent plea, sir. It was a silent plea.
No. Mr. Vasquez, here's the thing. This is what I require on this screen. I require everyone to respect each other. You know what that means? That means no one overtalks each other. And if people aren't giving me information, Mr. Vasquez, if people are giving me information, I expect it to be truthful. Now, the state, I require them to tender an offer. Whether people want to accept that offer or not, that's completely up to them, but I require the state to make an offer in each case. The state is saying that they have tendered an offer. Mr. Churek is telling me that he has tendered that offer to you. You're saying that you have, time out. You're saying that you have not received an offer from Mr. Churek. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to send you to a breakout room right now. So Mr. Churek can give you the offer that the state say they've tendered to him and that Mr. Churek says he's tendered to you. Okay? So
Yes,
I'm going to
ma'am.
send you to breakout room number 1.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
And Mr. Churek, could you please go to 1 and give him the offer again, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Norma, can you let them know Cardoza L6 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
And Rebecca, I will speak to you about that.
Okay.
And Jason Todd, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge. Y'all have a great day.
You're welcome. Mr. Alberto Acevedo, thank you so much for your patience. So on your client's violation report,
On this, just briefly.
what is happening?
I just updated him as to what the violation report stated, and that was basically it. Just asking the court to continue her on bond with the same conditions that she currently has. She's also in the courtroom, Judge. I don't know if you see her in the courtroom.
Who did you confer with?
Hunter Morris, Judge.
All right, let me find the violation report.
Judge, did you hear anything I said? I'm sorry.
No, I did not, because there's a lot of paper wrestling going on and people are speaking, they're whispering.
Okay. I'm sorry. She's in the courtroom, Your Honor.
All right, the clerks, could I have the violation report, please? For some reason, I don't have it. If I can have the violation report on Let me see. On Marla Garrison,
Yes, Judge, I'll get it right now.
thank you, I appreciate it. And then Suzanne Kramer.
I conferred with Marcus, and there is, he's going to check into it, an at-large 4 to 200. They do have the labs back, so I'm imagining that's going to get unsealed and filed pretty quickly on Jesus Garza, which kind of is, it's a bigger case than the other 2 cases we have still pending. So he was asking for me to ask you for a regular reset.
Is your client on bond or in custody?
He is in custody.
All right, I don't see him on the Zoom screen. Where is he?
Unless he made bond. Last I looked, he was on in custody, Judge, but I did
No,
not
he's
check.
on bond. He's waving his hand.
Yeah. He's there. Where is he?
Have you had a chance to speak with him?
Sure. I had a 1 o'clock appointment that I moved to 2, in case this went long, but I can just let him know what's going on. Now that he's on bond, it's not as big a problem.
All right, do you have all the discovery in each of the indicted cases, Ms. Kramer?
Yes, I did check on that this morning to make sure I had everything, and I do.
All right, so, and you say there's another case?
Yes, and they do have, the last time I spoke with Hunter, the labs weren't back, but Marcus told me that the labs are back now. So he's going to check, but I'm assuming that's going to get filed pretty quickly.
All right, then we're going to come back on this case on October 21st.
And Judge, after you release this, if I can talk to Mr. Garza and release him from there, just to get all his contact information, he had to let me know he had been released on board.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mr. Garza, we're going to come back on your case on October 21st. You can appear by Zoom. If there are issues with your Zoom, then you'll need to appear in person. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your attorney, and you can be excused from that breakout room. I'll send you to breakout room number 2. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Judge, very much.
You're welcome. All right, Alberto Acevedo, I have the violation report. To the courtroom, could I have Marla Garrison come forward, please? All right, the court has a violation report, and that violation report, she was rearrested for driving while intoxicated. So in this court, she is on bond for arson. So have the state and defense, have you all had a chance to confer?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and have you all, Mr. Acevedo, have you all had a chance to confer?
Yes, we did confer, Your Honor. I brought up the violation that was alleged on the report to Mr. Morris.
All right, so what do you all want to do? Have you guys agreed on anything as it relates to the violation report?
Continue with the terms as they currently are, Judge. It sounds like she has terms on the new case. And she's shown up in court today for this setting, so the state's not looking to increase bond at this time.
All right, Miss Garrison,
Yes,
how old are
ma'am.
you?
I'm 37.
Okay, Miss Garrison, I don't place these violation reports on the record usually. So this is not on the record, but I want you to be aware that you're on bond. And anytime when you pick up new cases, I get a violation report. Or if you violate any conditions of your bond, I get a violation report. And instead of just, writing whatever I want to write on here, I like to see the person who's accused and have their defense attorney in here so I can find out what's going on. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so make sure you follow the rules. Don't pick up any more violations because this is the 3rd violation report that I received on this case. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. I believe you already have a court date. Ms. Ferguson, what is her court date in the system already, please?
Let me check that, Judge.
I think it's scheduled for jury trial on November
On
17th.
November the 17th is the day.
Thank you. You remembered. I like that. All right, so we'll see you back on November 17th then for
Yes,
jury
Your Honor.
trial. All right,
Thank you
don't pick
so
up
much.
any more cases, all right?
I'm on my way to work right now. Y'all have a good day.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye. All right,
You too.
Mr. Acevedo, thanks for your patience. You're excused.
Have a good day.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Hunter.
Yep, see you.
Okay. What is happening with Christian Reyna?
Your Honor, the state's gonna make an offer. I just need a brief reset. I'm 99% certain it's gonna be a plea. They just haven't ironed out the details on the one they want him to plead to. Is there anything available the week of October 4th?
All right, Norma, can I get a date for a plea on Christian Reyna for the week of October 4th?
They're gonna make one final attempt to get a hold of the complaining witness in one of the cases.
I can do October 6th, Judge.
That would be perfect.
All right, thank you for your patience. We'll see you back on October 6th.
Thank you. And I believe my client's in there as well. May he be excused also?
Yes.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right, Gary Churack, you're back on.
I'm back on Mr. Vasquez. We've cleared it up, Judge, so we're good for that next setting date. See if that discovery comes through. And I don't know if Meredith's on the line too.
Okay, so
I
Mr.
am.
Vasquez,
Yes, ma'am.
you received the offer, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I believe it's a signing.
All right, no, I just wanted to make sure that you received the offer.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
All right, so we will bring you back. If you're in custody, we will bring you back over for the next setting. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way I can get a bond reduction?
That's your attorney would need to file that motion. Number, what date do we have on Stephen Vasquez?
The 22nd of.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Vasquez, you're excused. Have a great rest of your day. Norma,
You too as well,
can you let
ma'am.
them
Thank
know? Thank you. Can you let them know 14N can go back?
Judge, I sent you a chat.
All right, I see that. Just give me 1 second, Rebecca. Gary Churack on Dante Williams.
Dante Williams, I think Meredith and I are still talking. Meredith, did you get my counter?
I did, and at this point, Judge, we don't have a deal, but at least we're talking, so I don't know if we want to recall it sooner or just put it on a trial docket. It's up to the court.
All right, Mr. Williams.
Yes,
I'm going to
ma'am.
recall your case for the week of October 4th. That will be the last date that the court will consider a plea agreement. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, can we recall Mr. Williams for the week of October 4th?
Yes, Judge. I can do October 6th.
she needs to call the pro.
All right, we'll come back on October 6th, Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you for your patience. You're excused.
Can I speak to my lawyer, my attorney?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Mr. Churack, if you'll go to breakout room number 4.
Okay.
And Mr. Williams, when you finish speaking to your attorney, you need to come back to the main room.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. All right. All right, Miss Peterson. My understanding is that you're to come back this afternoon, so you may be excused to make the payment that you need to make.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. We'll see you back at 2:30.
Yes, ma'am. I just go to the same link the same link, right?
Yes, it'll be the same Zoom link.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who is the attorney for Almendares?
It was Kimbrough, Judge.
Okay, and Norma, on Avila Bofrano, the defense is gonna file another motion. And he'll let
Okay,
you know when he wants that set.
Okay, Judge. Okay, Judge.
All right, thanks. And he was L13.
Yes, ma'am. Something in the chat real quick.
Yes.
Your Honor, what happened to Teresa Connolly?
Teresa Conley, she's coming back at 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Judge, I just sent it.
Okay. All right, thank you. Saul Martinez. In the courtroom, Saul Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Martinez, your client, your attorney is still in presiding court. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just recall you. Where are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I don't want you to keep missing work for court. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall you for next month, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, can you give me a couple of dates for next month? And Mr. Martinez, can you let me know what date works for you? Because I know sometimes it's hard when you keep missing work.
I work every day, so honestly, any day would like. I'll just show
All right.
up.
All right, Norma, can you set it later in the month of October? The last week in October, please?
Yes, ma'am, I can do the 28th, Judge.
All right, we're gonna come back on October 28th, Mr. Martinez.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for your patience.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. They're gonna give you a reset form. And Mr. Martinez, if you're able to Zoom, then you don't have to appear in court. Do you know how to Zoom or you're not able to?
Yes, ma'am, but I don't want to like mess up and it doesn't count. I'd rather be in person to know that I did it right.
Well, I tell you what, Mr. Martinez, to help you out, just try Zooming. If it doesn't work, I will put a notation in the file that you told me what you told me now, and I won't hold it against you or force you to come in court because your Zoom isn't working appropriately, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
you.
right, you're welcome. All right, Gary Chiric, we're finished with Mr. Williams.
Yes, ma'am, we're good on him, and we'll come back, I guess, on the 6th. Is that what the court said?
Yes.
All right, sounds good, Judge. Be excused.
Yes, you're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, Norma, the last person we have is Armendariz. Mr. Armendariz, we're going to bring you back at 2.
Yes, ma'am. Sounds good. I'll be here.
All right, thank you
Judge,
so
did
much.
Mr. Kimbrough tell you? I thought Mr. Kimbrough talked to you, Judge. Didn't he say something about? I
Just
wanted
one
to-
second, let me see. Which page is Amenderis on?
He's on the recall, Judge.
Let me-
I'm sorry, I was in between phone calls when he was talking to you.
All right, Mr. Amenderis, your contested hearing is actually set for October 7th. Your attorney was here to discuss discovery. So he told me that he's received all the discovery. So we're going to come back for your contested hearing on October 7th, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much for your patience, Mr. Amenderis. Have a
Not a
great
problem.
rest of your day.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, everyone, I'm going to stop live stream. We're going to take our break and we will be